Welcome to the world's most famous beach, Daytona Beach, Florida, home of the World Center of Racing, the Daytona International Speedway, as we're just about ready for the running of the Pepsi Showdown. You can see a full sellout crowd in hand, as 29 drivers and teams are ready for what should be a good one here tonight. But before we get started, let's take a look at our starting lineup and pre-race ceremonies. So on the pole we have Hodom in the 8 car, next to him Ross McTrain in the 28. Row 2, Nathan Baird and Jason Albert. Row 3, a pair of iconic numbers here, Brendan Beal in the 43 and Joe T in the 3. Row 4, Jordan Stout and Herbert Solomon. Row 5, Owen Miles and Matthew Burnett. Row 6, Brad Ream and Eddie Robertson. Row 7, Trey Smith and John McFadden. Row 8, Lipsy and Random J. Row 9, Gaming Freak and Braden Carruthers. Row 10, Keyshawn Richardson and Ryan Wilson. Row 11, Caleb Rose and Logan Williams. Row 12, Nunnigan Scott and Nick Sant. Row 13, RC Gamer and David Johnson. Row 14, Nelson Reeves and Dale Lightning. And last in row 15 is Matthew Hill in the 90. And now it's time for our pre-race ceremony, starting with our national anthem. And now it is time for the most famous words here at Daytona.
Drivers, start your engines.
Taking a look at the Pepsi track facts here for tonight, we're going to go 20 laps on this very bumpy 2.5 mile long super speedway with 31 degrees of banking in the turns. And as for the weather here tonight at Daytona, 74 degrees Fahrenheit with 9 miles per hour towards the south. Hope everyone watching is having a good night here so far. I just want to say a big thanks to everybody who gave ideas and signed up for this race. I definitely really do appreciate it. And also in addition, a big thanks to everyone who has supported me and the channel this year and this week so far. Again, I do really appreciate that. I'm very thankful for all the support. But for now, it's time to kick back and relax for what should be a good one here at the World Center of Racing. And here we go. Pace car down pit road. Sellout crowd on their feet as the Pepsi Showdown's underway here at Daytona. And immediately going into turn number 1, Hoodlum goes up to block Ross McTrain on the outside. Here comes Nathan Baird into 24 into turn number 1 with help from Brendan Beal into 43. Into turn number 2, Nathan Baird with the advantage on Hoodlum as they're still side by side down the back straightaway. Most of these leaders here 2 wide, about 4 rows back. As the 24 once again with the advantage into turn number 3. But we clear Hoodlum this time as they're 3 wide already. In turns 3 and 4, Joe T up on the outside there. Herbert Solman to 78, barely giving Brad Ream any room there. As Nathan Baird will come to the start-finish line as he's side by side with Beal to lead lap number 1. Once again into turn number 1 was side by side for the lead. This time Beal with the advantage with help from fellow Pontiac Jordan Stout on the inside. Hold'em already 3 wide. Here comes the 98 of Owen Miles. Starting the middle line. Baird's probably going to go up the block. The outside now. As both Baird and Beal will come up to block the outside lane off turn number 2. Jordan Stout's on the inside. Him and Brad Ream will move up to the middle to block Owen Miles. And that's going to open the door to the fastest car on Tuesday, Trey Smith in the 80. As round goes Matthew Hill in the 90. He's going to collect Nick Sand to 26 and Dale Lightning to 5. Caution out already here at Daytona. Heavy rear end damage to Matthew Hill's machine. Meanwhile, a side by side for the lead, coming back to the stripe. Jordan Stout with the advantage over Trey Smith. That 18 car here so far has looked very strong, even though just 3 laps in this 20 lap event. As we can take a look at the instant replay, so it caused our first caution of the night. So this started going into turn number 3 with Matthew Hill 3 wide of Nick Sant and Logan Williams. So Nick Sant there in the middle. I think Nick Sant just came down on Matthew Hill with Dale Lightning nowhere to go for him in that 5 car. With both Nick Sant and Matthew Hill getting a lot of damage to their rear ends. Let's go on board with Matthew Hill here. Yep, 26 and 90 definitely made contact. Sent them both spinning and into the wall. We're on board with Dale Lightning. Yeah, like I said, nowhere to go for that 5 car. Which is a pure victim of that. Heavy right side damage to that Hendrick car. Meanwhile, we already got pit stops here on lap number 4 of 20. Pretty much everybody in the field all coming down, led by Jordan Stout, Trey Smith, and Brendan Beal. Stout has the last pit stall here. Looks like gas only for the 18. Nathan Baird also and Keisha Aronson already in. Stout already done for his pit stop there. And there you see the damaged cars of Lightning, Hill, and Nick Sant there. Looks like everyone else is also just doing gas only. Despite this being a really bumpy track. As you got issues, John McFadden makes contact with Nathan Baird going into his pit stall. One, that was more trouble. Brandon Carruthers in 94 also makes contact with Ross McTrain, and Nunnigan Scott, one of the fastest cars on practice, also with damage. My God, already several contenders here in the Pepsi Showdown with damage during pit stops under caution. As it appears, Jordan Stout won the race off pit road, and Logan Williams in the 7, the only car to stay out. Not sure if that'll be the greatest idea for that 7 team. And unless if Williams does a lot of saving here, he's probably not going to make it throughout the entire way. Let's take a look at decent replay for these rather bizarre series of incidents on pit road, as the 99 is still in his pit stall getting repairs. So starting with the Nathan Baird, John McFadden incident. So Baird was just coming into his pit stall here, doing gas only like pretty much everyone else who went down pit road. Then once he was done, here comes McFadden, boom! Hits the 24 hard on the right side, as McFadden's pit stall is right next to Baird's. And then after that, McTrain gets into Baird, who then gets into Carruthers. And then immediately afterwards, McTrain hits Nunnigan Scott in the 99. Heavy rear end damage to that 99 team, as they're still on pit road doing repairs as they're under caution already here in the Pepsi Showdown. Firecracker Week will continue on Sunday night on 4th of July as the Summer Series prepares for the summer's biggest race, the 2021 Firecracker 400. Meanwhile, here in the Pepsi Showdown, we're about to go back green after a multi-car spin in turn number 3 involving Nixon to 26, Matthew Hill into 90, and Dale Lightning to 5. All three of those drivers mentioned are still in the race, and Nuttigan Scott, after getting damage on pit road under caution, back out on track, albeit one lap down. Currently top 3 is Logan Williams, who was the only car to stay out during that caution. Jordan Stout in 2nd, Lipsy in the 9. Round off the top 3. Pace car down pit road. There's a back on the green here in the Pepsi Showdown. Going into turn number 1, Lipsy already to the inside, trying to start a lane next to Jordan Stout. Here comes Brendan Beal now in the 43 to join Lipsy as they're side by side for 2nd behind Williams. And some of the cars involved in our scuffle on pit road under caution, Nathan Baird, Dan McTrain, and Brandon Carruthers, all still in this race, albeit very, very slow. They're actually holding up a lot of drivers towards the middle and back of the pack. Into turn number 3 comes Brendan Beal for a great run until Lipsy tries to block. There's not enough room there as the 9 and 43 are side by side through turns 3 and 4. Down the trial for Logan Williams in car number 7 will lead lap number 7 here in the Pepsi Showdown. Here comes Hodum in the 8 car, making it 3 wide for 2nd, with Brendan Beal having pretty much no help at all right in the middle. Lipsy nearly comes down to 43 there. That was very scary for Beal as Hodum will tuck into 2nd off turn number 2. And there you can see, as I mentioned, Baird and McTrain are slowing down a lot of these drivers. Jason Albert in the 1 getting by, David Johnson, 35 of Random J, and RC Gamer in the 42. Also trying to go around the 24. There's the 94 of Carruthers, also very slow. With the 26, 5, and 90 also back here. John McFadden also had damage during that pit road scuffle. He's also back there. As now comes Brad Ream on the inside, side by side of Hoodwin for a 2nd. Lap number 9 to 20 this time by, with Williams still in the lead. And like I mentioned before the restart, Williams was the only car in the entire field to stay out. So the 7 teams definitely needs to consider saving fuel. As here comes Brad Ream side by side with Williams. Down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4, the 7 and 6 still side by side for the lead. As here comes Owen Miles now to 98 behind Ream to help give his fellow Ford a huge run into turn number 4. Bradley Ream to the lead here at Daytona. Out of turn number 4 towards the trial for Ream now to the outside of the track. Miles now side by side for him for the lead. Lap number 10 to 20 this time by. Trey Smith and Jordan Stout towards the middle of the pack, making it 3 wide, trying to start a 3rd line in the middle. Williams, Hoodwin, and Beal way up high in the racetrack as they're 3 wide once again out of turn number 2. Here comes the 78 of Herbert Solomon with Caleb Rose behind him in the 31, and behind him is his fellow RCR teammate Joe Teen the 3. Into turn number 3, the pack 3 deep as Miles actually has a pretty sizable lead over the rest of the field. But that's quickly closing as here comes the RCR cars of Rose and Joe T off turn number 4. Rose up to 2nd. As the RCR teammate is still 3 wide with the rest of the pack. Lap number 11 of 20 this time by. We're just past halfway here at Daytona. Going into turn number 1, that was a great run for the inside lane led by Joe T as he tries to tuck it behind his RCR teammate. But there's not enough room there as Joe T's now 3 wide with Ada Robertson and Bradley Ream. Joe T once again up to the outside as the top 2 continue to pull away. On board with the 3 car as his teammate Rose is now side by side with Miles into turn number 3. Side by side once again for the lead coming towards the trial. Caleb Rose this time by. Lap number 12 of 20. 9 laps to go here at Daytona. Miles still fighting back on the outside into turn number 1. They're still side by side. Caleb Rose still with the advantage, but Miles is still side by side into turn number 2 as they're 3 wide right behind. Down the backstretch once again. Miles and Rose are still side by side. Here comes Nelson Reeves with a great run into turn number 3. 3 wide for the lead. Man, Rose and Reeves nearly made contact while going into turn number 4. But out of turn number 4, Nelson Reeves currently with the advantage. Will he clear Caleb Rose? Yes, he will. Nelson Reeves will to the lead here at Daytona, but here comes Matthew Burnett in the 36 side by side with the 16. Burnett will go up to the middle while Reeves will go up to the outside to block Rose. This will possibly open the door for Jason Albert, the 1 car. And into turn number 2, he's going to make a 3 wide between the 36 and 16. Down the backstretch, the pack is still 3 deep behind. Albert trying to get a good run into turn number 3. Looks like he will, but Burnett will come to block as he's still side by side with Reeves for the lead into turn number 4. Out of 4 once again. Let's go on board with Nelson Reeves here in the 16. As he's still side by side with Burnett, coming to lap number 14 to 20. The 1, Matthew Burnett with the advantage, with Jason Albert and Random J behind him. Into turn number 2, this time by Reeves, and the outside lane gets a great run off Matthew Burnett as we're 3 wide further back. Jordan's down Lipsy, going to the middle now. As Lipsy and Johnson go back up to the outside, Hold'em now on the inside. He's going to trap Stout in the middle. Almost no help until Herbert Solomon, the 78, comes to pick him up. Reeves and Burnett once again side by side. Burnett with no help. Here comes Jason Albert making it 3 wide. Lap number 15 to 26 laps to go here at Daytona. Into turn number 1, 3 wide for the lead. Nelson Reeves with the advantage as he goes way up high in the racetrack. And 16 with no help at all on the outside is going to maintain this lead off turn number 2. Reeves still somehow able to maintain this lead down the back straightaway. As Albert gets a great run into turn number 3 with help from the 35 of Random J. Reeves goes to block. Burnett finally getting help there from the 31 and Caleb Rose until it goes back up to the outside in front of Aiden Robertson, the 50. Lap number 16 to 20, this time by 5 laps to go here at Daytona. Random J now side by side with Jason Albert in the turn number 1. As Nelson Reeves actually has a pretty sizable lead over this pack. We saw this earlier with Logan Williams in the 7. And once that pack got to him, he has not been inside the top 5 ever since. Down the backstretch, Albert currently in 2nd, trying to get Reeves' draft. But Reeves continues to hold on as the pack continues to be 3 wide behind. Random still in the middle as he tucks in behind Lipsy. So Lipsy goes back on down the inside to block Gaming Freak in the 88. As you come to 4 laps to go here in the Pepsi Showdown. Nelson Reeves still with the lead. He has actually had the most laps here so far. Albert in that 1 car is right behind him. The pack behind once again 3 wide. David Johnson currently up high in the racetrack. Lipsy with almost no help until Hoodlum picks him up off turn number 2. Johnson into 3. We'll go to the inside. And I imagine a lot of these guys in this pack are trying to lay back to get a run off Albert and Reed. As now Burnett's way up high in the racetrack into turn number 4. At 36, going to lose several positions here as he's 3 wide still with Aiden Robertson and Trey Smith. It looks like coming to us a trial. Johnson's able to catch up to both Albert and Reeves. 3 laps to go here in the Pepsi Showdown. Johnson trying to make a move on Albert, but there's no one behind Johnson to help him out here. Here comes Lipsy in the 9 car as well as Random J in the 35 to possibly help Johnson. It looks like they will, along with Gaming Freak in the 88. The top 4 in a single file formation as Random side by side with Gaming Freak for 5th. But still, all Nelson Reeves as he still has a very sizable gap over Jason Albert. Random trying to block Gaming Freak. It looks like he will on the inside. Coming to 2 laps to go. Lipsy on the outside off the trial with no help. until Robertson and Burnett help him out here, but Lipsy's still 3 wide now with Random J and Gaming Freak. Johnson trying to make a move on Albert in front of him, but Albert still hangs on to the second position as there's still 3 wide off turn number 2. Random now in the middle of no help, still side by side with Gaming Freak and now Aiden Robertson in the 50. Other cars back here, the 80 of Trey Smith, the 3 of Joe T, Jordan Style in the 18. Style was, of course, still in second place when the race restarted, but it's below the top 10 as of right now. And off of 4, so all Nelson Reeves as you come to the tri-oval, this time by white flag in the air here at Daytona. 1 lap to go here for the Pepsi Showdown. And that time by Reeves had almost 2/10 for a second lead over Jason Albert, but there you see lap traffic, the 77 of John McFadden. Johnson tried to make a move on Albert into turn number 1, but Albert still holds on as Johnson tucked in the 3rd off turn number 2 for the final time. Down the backstretch, Reeves still with a sizable gap over the rest of the field. I'm guessing Albert and Johnson are trying to build a run, but time is running out to catch up to that 16. Nelson Reeves off turn number 4 for the final time. As off of 4, Albert gets a great run off Reeves. He has a chance. He's looking to the inside. Coming towards the tri-oval. Checkered flag is out here. Who's going to win? Oh my god. I can't even tell. I'm about to guess Albert maybe by a little bit. We're going to have to wait and see what the scoring monitor will say here shortly. Looks like we're hearing Nelson Reeves in the 16 wins the Pepsi Showdown here at Daytona. And the margin of victory, you won't believe this, 2 1/1000ths of a second. The closest finish in the history of this channel. That was a great win there for Reeves. Looks like Williams actually ran out of gas on the final lap. As we're going to take a look again at this insane finish. So after the white flag came out, in the 1, Johnson looks to the outside of Albert. But Albert still holds on to the middle of the track. Actually probably loses a lot of draft time off Nelson Reeves. I think if Johnson never looked to the inside of Jason Albert, Albert may have been the winner. And then you can see in the backstretch, everyone that outside line, all single file following Reeves' draft into turns 3 and 4. And then out of 4 here, a great run for Jason Albert up into the outside. And then looks to the inside because he knows that's the best place to pass here at this track. It just was not enough to beat Reeves to the line. And here's another angle of how close this finish was. 2 1/1000ths of a second. Unbelievable. And again, congratulations to Nelson Reeves and Roush Racing for an incredible win here tonight at the World Center of Racing. But now let's take a look at the official results for tonight's race. So here we go. Nelson Reeves above Jason Albert by only 2 1/1000ths of a second. Again, I really do think if David Johnson never looked to the inside of Albert on the final lap into turn number 1, I really think Albert possibly would have won this race, but it was only meant to be, sadly, for that one team. Speaking of David Johnson, who finished 3rd here tonight, as Lipsy behind him will come home 4th, and Random J will round off the top 5 as only Pontiac inside the top 5, as 3 out of the 5 drivers inside the top 5 are all Fords. Gaming Freak in 88 finishes 6th, Caleb Rose in 7th with his RCR teammate Joe T behind him in 8th. Ada Robertson, Nomi Hendrick driver, to finish inside the top 10 in 9th. And rounding off the top 10 is Matthew Burnett in the 36th, a Florida native, getting a top 10 here in the Pepsi Showdown. And before we go here tonight, I just want to say once again a huge, huge thank you to everybody who helped gave ideas for this race, and of course a huge, huge thank you to everyone who signed up or supported this race in any way, shape, or form. I always do appreciate any support this channel and community gets. But Firecracker Week isn't over just yet, as of course on Sunday night will be the summer's biggest race, the 2021 Firecracker 400, as the 10th race of the 2021 Summer Series season. And if you enjoyed tonight's race, I guarantee you the Firecracker will not disappoint. But as always, y'all, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.